we're going to attach a new click and a spring to this wheel. Now, first thing we're going to do, there's two types of clicks with spring attached. One for the left and one for the right. You'll have to make sure that you get the correct one to use. This is the one we need. It drops in there and locks into the ratchet when it turns. We'll drop the rivet into the hole. There's a couple of things we have to check before we get started. That's how it's going to sit. The first thing we notice is the bottom of the click here is very, very close to the teach on the ratchet. So we'll have to remove a little bit of that material around there first. Then we can check the length of the rivet, which is too long. It'll have to be cut off, otherwise it's going to interfere when we wind the spring around there. We'll start off by filing a little bit of material off the bottom of the click. By removing a little bit of this material, the click will be able to spin around without catching on the ratchet wheel. Right, we'll test that again. Put the rivet in, drop the click into place, press it down. Then we can see we've got ample room when the click turns, when we're winding the spring. Right, now we have to look at the length of the rivet that sticks out the back. That's too long and it's going to interfere with the spring when we wind it on. So we'll have to cut a part of that off, about 2, maybe 3 mils. We'll cut that off with a piercing saw. This is a piercing saw. We're going to cut 2 to 3 mils off the end of that rivet there. Very fine teeth on this blade, 32 teeth per inch. Very fine cutting work. Done. Now we'll put the rivet back into the click and test the length of it. Back into the wheel. And you can see that that is now much smaller than it was. Now put that on the top of our vise. We keep tapping the rivet with a hammer. So that it tightens. We want the click to be tight, but not too tight, so that it can't move. Tiny bit more, I think. Yep, that's holding it all right. Right, now we'll bend the wire. We have to bend the wire round so it catches in that hook there. So, bending it, round it goes, catches in there. That's still a tiny little bit. You can see there's a little bit of movement in the click there. We'll have to tighten that up a little bit more. So back to the vise and the hammer. How are we going? That's better. You see the click is working there now. As we wind that up, put a key on it, wind it up, You can see the click working and dropping into the ratchet.